Hello again. National Treasury is hosting a workshop to discuss disaster management funding. The aim is to unpack processes that are followed concerning these funds. This follows miscommunications about funds that were earmarked for KwaZulu-Natal floods relief. eNCA reporter Monique Mortlock following that story for us. She's joining us now live from our studios in Cape Town. I guess, Monique, good afternoon. I guess it took this kind of disaster for the government to say we need to make sure that the funds are managed properly. But there was a lot of misunderstanding, for example, with the figure of 1 billion rand being mentioned, and KwaZulu-Natal say we don't have this money. Nobody has given us 1 billion rand.
Yes, Dan, I remember a few weeks ago when I was in KZN, every single one of the MECs who I spoke to, from your health MEC to your cooperative governance and traditional affairs MEC, they were all telling me that they are still waiting for funding from national government, that they are reliant on this funding in order to get to those necessary repairs and tackling that infrastructure damage caused by the floods. Now, today's workshop held by the National Treasury virtually was basically to sort of dispel any of the rumors or misinformation that's been going around about this 1 billion rand in relief funding that President Cyril Ramaphosa promised to KZN in the wake of the floods. Now, Treasury, one thing that was very clear from today's workshop was when Treasury's Urban Development Chief Director Ulrike Britton said that this 1 billion rand in funding, which comes in the form of 4 grants, it's not new. Treasury has always had it in its coffers as an immediate response to disasters that may strike in a province or a municipality. And provinces and municipalities, any province really and any municipality that is hit by a disaster can then apply for this for this funding, for whether it be all of the grants or one of the grants, and they can do so through what Treasury calls the National Transferring Officers, which is either your National Health Department or your National Cooperative Governance Department. So these officers will then assess the applications, and from there, once all the checks and balances have been done, from there, if the application brought by the province and the municipality meets the requirements as set out by that grant, then the funding will flow. But from what we've heard today from Ms. Britton is it seems as if KZN hasn't really been following this process, and that they've either had incomplete applications or gaps in their applications for this funding. And last week we heard a similar thing from Finance Minister Godongwana, where he also said this funding is not new, it's always been there. It's not as if we've just made these funds available for KZN, but it is there for KZN to tap into. Let's just take a listen to Ms. Britton as she explains just what might be the cause of any of the funding being either delayed or funds not going to where they are most needed, as in the case of KwaZulu-Natal.
That is needed. I mean, you know, coming to us and saying that, oh, yeah, we need 25 billion rand, when we know that there's no way that a municipality is going to be able to spend 3 or 4 times its existing capital budget, or when a province is coming to us and asking to spend double its existing roads budget within 1 year. So I mean, the point here is that there needs to be the mitigation plan, the disaster risk management plan, would already have some of these details. And the question, I suppose, is why is it taking so long for applications to come to national departments? Is because there's probably some weaknesses within the disaster risk mitigation plans that has now resulted in all of these gaps and making it very difficult for money to flow. Thanks, Cleo.